So the neighbor called me up and said, "Hey, I need some help." He's putting a septic tank in his new house and needed a backhoe, and they're hard to come by right now. Now, the truck was supposed to be here tomorrow with the septic tank, and we are really pushed for time here, so we started digging out the hole to try to find the drain pipe coming out of the house. David told me that he had accidentally hung that pipe just a little bit with a dozer when they were putting this dirt in place, and so he had a general idea where it was at, but it was kind of snug up under the concrete apron. So I had two choices at this point: get off and use the shovel, or go very slow and careful with a backhoe. And you see which choice I took. This is a mixture of really heavy clay mixed with some organic, dirt that was closer to the top at one point, but it's kind of got all mixed up. And in addition to that, there's a few pieces of prior build that has been buried. Now you can see here the water's coming out from under the house, out of the drain pipe. Now I did not break that off. That was broke off with the dozer, and it was easy enough to find because he knew where it was at. But during the build, before the dirt was put up around the house, water had got up under this foundation and was just setting on this under this pad. So we went ahead and dug a ditch here to try to divert the water away from the foundation. So there was a considerable amount of water up under the house, and you can see here at this point where there's water still draining out from under the house. And this is not obviously coming from it's obviously not coming from the sewer pipe. So I'm really excited that we found this and got this drained out before it done any damage and softened the underside of the house up and caused this slab to fail. One of the reasons a backhoe is so good for stuff like this is because of digging force and pounds per square inch. The backhoe has a certain amount of digging force, just like every backhoe does, but that digging force, whatever it may be, is on those three little teeth when you push down and pull back towards you. Same with a bucket loader, you have so much pounds per square inch pushing down, or whatever your downforce is, but that's spread out across the entire bucket cutting edge. So that's not to say that you can't dig with a bucket loader bucket. You absolutely can, but not in the same way as you can with a backhoe. You have to shave the dirt by cutting with a very slight angle versus digging sharply as you do with a backhoe. I'll show you this cutting technique in just a minute. We're going to know we're back.
I'm a pro on that too.
What?
To get on the level and stuff, you know.
So I'm a pro on that. Beep, 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 hey, low.
Look at that. They're 2 foot and 7.5 inches.
So I got the electric done and they signed off on it today.
So this is actually the point where we actually start digging the septic system. We use the laser level to find the center of the pipe coming out of the house. We already have the specs on the new septic tank, so we know exactly how deep to dig the bottom of the septic tank hole. So that's what we're starting right now, but we got a minute before we get done.
The previous owner.
The BY75 backhoe by TYM will really dig. You can see here there's some topsoil on the very top of this pile, but as we go down further and further, we get into some serious clay. This is why I say the pounds per square inch that a backhoe can exert on dirt is so important. You know, you've got enough power to cut and pull that dirt up and out of the way. And a bucket loader just can't do this in the same way. Now this is where I got mud and clay bound up inside of the bucket. There's only one thing you can do. I have heard of people saying spray Pam up inside of the bucket, but I've not had any luck with that. The clay we have around here is the clay they use to make bricks out of, and it is some tough, sticky stuff. This is about the time that I come up with my master plan. Everything was going against us as far as time. We knew the truck was supposed to deliver the septic tank tomorrow, sometime around lunchtime. The dirt was sticking, and I was having to get off and clean the bucket ever so often. So we decided that we were going to come at this a different way and basically tag team it. We needed to move dirt, and a lot of it fast. So we come up with our master plan here where I would bust the dirt up with the backhoe and he would carry it off with a loader. So we did just cut a trench in there, and it seemed to work a lot better. Then we got the backhoe again and dug more. And I want to show you something about right here, I believe it is. Come to find out, the tractor with the narrower edge on the front bucket actually cut better than the loader did, or the skid steer. I guess that pounds per square inch. Again, the skid steer had a much larger bucket, but I could shave off dirt, and the skid steer just could not do it. My camera operator is fascinated with a deer, so she was supposed to be filming me, and the next thing I know, I look around, she's gone. I really can't say anything. She always gets those great shots and makes everything so interesting. The skid steer could move in and out of the hole a lot faster, but again, it just couldn't. The bucket was too big for it, and you couldn't cut into the hole like the tractor could with a loader. So I busted it up with the backhoe, and then come back in and clean it out with a loader, and then I could just come back and shave with the loader's edge and flatten the bottom out. This honestly surprised me at how versatile the tractor loader backhoe combination can be. You can really do a lot of work with one of these tractors. So for all you skid steer lovers out there, don't be haters. That was a rental skid steer, and it had been rolled hard for sure. So all I'm doing here is making sure that every part of the tank hole bottom is at least 3-4 inches below what it's needed to be. This way we can bring in the gravel and level off the hole. I told you she run off on me. So David went around with the skid steer and started bringing in the gravel to put under the bottom so we could get it really level and set the tank on it. Something again with pounds per square inch. You want the bottom of the tank to have support all the way across, front to rear, side to side. So we put the gravel in, and then we leveled it out with the loader, and checked it with a laser level, and then it was time to set the tank in. We couldn't have timed this any better, because just as we were finishing up the gravel, and this is not done by any means in this video, the truck got here with a septic tank. So the camera operator run around to watch that, and there I am backing him up. It was mucky, messy, and that truck was heavy. That tank on the back weighs almost 10,000 pounds. There was absolutely no way that truck was getting there around that corner by itself without sliding off of the back of the hill. So here we go with our master plan again. We used the skid steer to pull it around the corner. And the skid steer was struggling too, as you can see. You can see how hard this ground is. This is after a torrential rain, and it's still so hard that truck once it was straight, could back up itself. There was considerably more ground preparation done than you can see in this video, but after we got it settled in, the septic tank come out just almost perfectly level. And just as quick as he came, he was gone. We were worried that he wouldn't be able to get out on his own around that corner, but without the 10,000 pounds on the back, he did okay. Hey, I really appreciate you watching our channel. If you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button for us. God bless and have a great day.